Eyes on the target in the atrium. Everyone get into position.
Look, this is a museum. We shouldn't be fighting here. Just saying. Don't need to fight here. This is a museum. It's a place of learning. Bad guys don't respect cultural relics, I know, right? Jeez. Come on, basic respect, right? Just ignore the fact that I just wrecked all that. Alright, where do we go? Now we'll follow the line. We'll follow the tour line and get where we need to go. Embark on a journey with artists who want to express, explore, and question the concepts of personality and individuality, and what it means to them in today's ever-changing world. Alright. We'll appreciate some modern art, I got it. Okay. Now, what do we think this means? Oh, that's just a map. Let's see, let's read the descriptions. A swirling set of pieces, each one tinged with splashes of anxiety, sadness, or pure absurdity. A chance to catch sight of conflicts, artists' personas to witness juxtaposed but equivocal identities. The opening piece of this exhibition, Morning Whirlwind, was created here in this museum. Workshop by French sculptor Logan during his recent winter residency. I assume that's Logan and not it's probably Lo Quinn, because it's an Asian art museum. But I mean, it just looks like an eye to me, just an eye. Okay, what else? They didn't even write a proper description. How am I supposed to appreciate the art? That's a fish. That's a fish. That's also a fish. And that's a fish. Rainbow fish. What could it mean? Who knows? You thought you were translating the Japanese for a second? I was like, wow, that's a really fast translation. Yep, that's exactly what I was doing. I'm just really good at that sort of thing. Alright. I know most people will play this game and ignore all the text on the wall, but we have to appreciate the art, okay? Someone put hard works into this. Like, this is clearly a picture of somebody having a stressful time, all right? We have to appreciate the art and the symbolism in each of these paintings. Like this, they say the eye is the window to the soul, right? Or we're looking at a reflection that's looking back into our soul, because their eye is black and therefore an abyss, and when you stare into the abyss also stares back into you. So this is actually a really deep picture and not just a picture of an eye, okay? I just want you to know that. Identity is the way in which we perceive and express ourselves as humans. Over time and throughout the existence of life events, our identities are reshaped and remolded. These experiences allow us as humans to alter how we see ourselves. Artists from all around the world express and explore and question these notions. I'm doing pretty good, Potato. Glad you're here. Welcome in. We are, we're examining modern art and trying to find meaning. I could not find meaning out of the rainbow fish, so I'm just going to assume it means there's plenty of fish in the sea. Do not okay, it says don't touch, and when you're at a museum, I feel like you should respect that, but I gotta touch it. Touch. Alright, this is clearly a piece on drug abuse. Oh, rainbow fish are meant to represent all of the gay fish in the sea. You know what, Chris? I like that representation. And this clearly represents you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Okay. So if you don't try, and this generator here represents DBD. Represents perseverance. Always work on the gens, and eventually you will escape. Exactly, Potato. One does not simply go to a museum to not touch things. Okay. When the storm of emotions begin to swirl and take hold, the artist seeks the brightness, the safe passageway to shelter. Alright, alright. Ah, I see. We have a discount Wilson Fisk in this room. Whoa. I was here to enjoy art, sir. This is unnecessary. This art exhibit was open to the public. Sir, this was unnecessary. Now can I please enjoy the exhibit in peace? Okay. What does this mean? There's water and a white square. And it bounces around. What could it mean? Not gonna lie, this was some type of art. You thought this was some type of art game, not fighting. Didn't read the title. Fair enough. Honestly, I think this piece here clearly represents the lack of attention that we're putting into the water safety in North America and the increase of the drowning rates, and the white squares clearly represent people that are passing on. All right, it's a little bit morbid, I know, but you know, I don't make the art. Okay, so we're just gonna get out of this one. This one doesn't feel as great. Identity. All right. Got some. Oh, I came here to appreciate art, sir.
You stay there.
All right. I want the sword. Okay, we protected the art. Obviously a Picasso piece. I feel like this person signed up to be here and then didn't know what to do, so they just made a Picasso piece of the museum floor plan. Okay, like, this is where we entered at the front desk, and we walked up followed the yellow line, and now we're here. All right. I don't think they did the assignment. All right. In this deep night, I step inside myself. The world is too bright. Who really knows his place? Who is able to feel anything? I am nothing. All right, interesting take on nihilism. But you know, life does get better, and you know there is purpose in life. You know, you don't have to give up on everything. I'm sure you mean something to somebody. I'm sure you're important to someone, and you're providing value to somebody's life. All right. We don't have a person's name on this, but you know, chin up, feel better about yourself because you matter. All right. This is just clearly the chaos of having children and not really understanding your place post having a newborn. That's why it's all just sort of all over the place in random lines. It looks like someone just splattered everything everywhere. Yeah, this guy was a little bit sad, Chris. But, you know, we know he matters. We read his poem. Ah, alright. So this is clearly... I know this game is supposed to be based in Chinese culture. And I don't know how much this... I think some people do, like, placenta art. I believe you. I believe you. So I don't know how much this happens in... Actually, it does have... This does happen in Chinese culture. Because I was going to make a link to Japanese culture. But this is clearly a statement on like the inside face, outside face thing that happens in Japanese culture, where you wear an outside face to everybody around you. And these people are clearly feeling like their identities cannot truly be seen because of the outside face that they have to wear towards the world, and they can't just like express themselves. So that's what I think this means here, and I think that's pretty clear. And how, you know, not truly being able to express yourself limits your connection with the rest of the world. Because if you look, none of these people are really seeing each other, and you know, it's pretty deep. And so we all wear these masks that sort of blind us from the outside world and give us our preconceived notions of other people. And they also stop people from being able to really connect with us. So I applaud this art piece. No photos. Okay, guys, no one screenshot this. All right? Don't screenshot it. No photos. If you look the right way, you can see the whole world is a garden. Francis Hodgkinson Burnett. Interesting. So, like, the whole world... See, this bow is also the symbol for infinity. Therefore, I'm thinking it's meaning that we're all interconnected, and life is sort of like a big circle, and, you know, life will find a way and whatnot. And that everything bad we do to everybody will eventually come around back to us, not necessarily in this life, but maybe in the next one. So I appreciate the artistry here of a giant bow. All right, what's the next exhibit? Don't know what this means, but it looks cool. Okay. We did identity. Now we're up on cycle and shinobi fighting dance. Nice. That's the next floor. Floor 3 is twins and vestiges of a lost world. And then a workshop. Oh man, we're going to get to learn to do some art in the workshop. Let's go. Let's do this. Oh wait, we don't get to go to floor 3. We don't get to learn about twins. And we don't get to go to the workshop. I wanted to go to the Bob Ross workshop. Damn it. Alright. I guess we will go to the toilets. Because that's what's on there. Or, you know, we could be friends and all appreciate art together. Alright. So we can take the elevator, it looks like. I gotta find a key. Alright, cool. On to the next exhibit, cycles. You know, we'll also just take a look at this fancy mask. Good detail. Toilets are closed, that's unfortunate. Inspiration is a loop. From the model to the artist, infused into the work, then presented to the viewer. Through this selection of recent acquisitions, the museum invites you to seek out and adopt your own models. It's your time to become the artist. Alright, let's do it. Let's become an artist. I'm gonna learn.
You're him, aren't you?
No.
You're the one that took down Sean.
That's not me. You're thinking of someone else. I'm just here to review art. I'm an art critic. Okay, art is intact. The art is intact. Ah, I see. I'm not quite understanding what the symbols of the light bulbs are. But I assume it's how that we can sort of like in life get in cycles of, you know, like you're having a good time, we're at the yellow light, and then we get stressed, and then we always feel like we're at this end of the life, our life cycle, and in our daily lives, high stress. You know, things are really rough, but you have to remember that eventually it loops all the way back around to the good times. Pretty sure that's what these light bulbs represent. Color always moves, always changes its own state, going from one container to another, liquid to solid, or evaporating to pure abstraction. You may want to battle Riptide, or to let the flow carry you through its cycles. Ah, I see. So what they're saying is, life is like colors. You go through a whole bunch of shit. Sometimes you're blue, sometimes you're green, sometimes you're orange, and you might want to fight your way through to be at a different color, but sometimes you just gotta let the waves carry you and see where life takes you. I get it, because eventually it'll all come back around. This room features the latest work of underground artist collective Strike. The 4 best protective scenes seen here were custom built for the display using delicate Japanese stained glass panels. Each hanging crystal drop was carefully manufactured and filled with a unique mixture of natural dye. A perfect, fragile, uniquely colored ecosystem. The installation is publicly displayed for the very first time here at this museum. Cool. No one else has seen this, guys. Remember, no pictures. No screenshotting. No clipping. Clearly, That is the, I was going to call it a shitstorm, where the winds change, but clearly this represents the whirlwind, which is the chaos of life. Alright. There are patterns found in one's life, circling and born again, endless variants of a theme, following them to take advantage, stand in their way, and you'll get hurt. Yeah, this is like I said, life is like colors. Sometimes you're red, sometimes you're blue, sometimes you're green, and sometimes, you just don't fight it and you see where life takes you. Alright.
Target's here!
That is a very cool art piece. Guys, I'm here. I know you don't want me reviewing the museum, but it's part of my job.
Not so tough after all.
No freaking way!
You gotta stay away from the art piece. Sometimes you're blue, dabba dee babba die, dabba dee dabba die. Right, I don't think I can sing any more of that without getting copyright struck. I apologize. I guess I'll have to pay for that. Honestly, I really like this. I like this art piece. What does it mean? I don't know, but I have to assume it means the cycle of life. Everything comes back around. Just like this game, right? Some guy murderized our family and our father, and now we're gonna go murderize him. Everything comes back around. Do not touch. Just like the Lion King. Exactly, Chris. You get it. You understand art. Okay, I'm gonna read this and then we'll discuss about this thing. Alright. Palest ink is clearer than the fondest memory. I don't know if that's true. Unless we're talking about the secret message on the back of the Declaration of Independence that Nick Cage found in that one movie. What was that? The National Treasure? And you have to remember to heat it up to remember the fond times. Then this makes sense. Alright. This is clearly some sort of orgy sex thing. I don't think we're going to go into it too much. And this guy was clearly trying to repaint his orgy, and we're just going to let him have his private time. This doesn't need to be displayed publicly. That memory can just be for him.
There! Downstairs!
Can we not have 2 seconds to appreciate the art? I know the museum might be closed, but I only have today to see it, and then I'm off. I got a very busy schedule. You're 42, you don't have time to waste. Exactly, Chris. Like, the clock's ticking here. Okay, so we're at cycles still, but now we're going up to twins. So there is a chance we might get to go to the Bob Ross workshop. I assume it's Bob Ross, because, like, what other art workshop would anyone want to go to? Maybe it's a life drawing workshop. Who knows? I'm a fan of this, but I feel like this isn't part of the other exhibits. But as you can see, there are lines and colors, and just like we said before, life is like colors. We just follow the line and we go with it. And we see where it takes us. And all the colors represent a different stage of life. Alright? I think we've covered this. I think we fully understand the meaning of cycles now, after appreciating this art. Alright. Let's find the next piece. And this one here just means life can probably be, it's just chaotic sometimes, and it's like a bunch of confetti. And you just gotta deal with it. Life's crazy sometimes. But you'll always land in your bowl. This is clearly a picture by somebody who is terrified of deep water. We can see the light reflection at the top, and we can see the dark abyss that is at the bottom. Again, this is in between places, so I don't necessarily think it's about cycles, but it is clearly someone's deep-seated fear of the deep, dark ocean. Twins. Okay, what are we going to learn about twins this time? I really enjoy this art piece's perspective. Like how if you're really far back, it just looks like a circle. And then when you get close, you can see it's all warped. I like it. Let's take a pamphlet. Might need to learn something. Twins. Great art is often duplicated, copied, referenced. Artists working on a series in variations of the same theme are the core of this display. We will choose to look at these subtle differences or focus on the uncanny similarities. Yeah, art that messes with the perception is really cool. I remember at the high school I was at, there was an art piece on the wall when, like, you came down the hallway and you looked at it, you're just like, oh, these are just like a bunch of random photos. But then when you're at the other end of the hallway and you looked back, it was an eye. It was really cool. It was really cool. Reminiscent of the themes of this game, right? This one's either on a journey onto revenge, or this really just seems like this person has reached isolation because their journey of revenge has consumed their whole life and now they're just isolated. And they're out there alone. And that can be sad sometimes. I'm not sure which one, because the white lines would make me think either a journey, or maybe it's a journey of revenge, because we have the red representing spilled blood. We can see this person's covered in red and dark and black colors, meaning their core has been tainted by their journey to revenge, and then they're in the isolated scenario. Well, very deep painting. I like it. Alright, classic. Same picture with different colors. Personally, not my favorite, but just showing that, you know, the different types of whirlwinds you might see in your life. Alright, I get it. I understand it. Just not my favorite piece. Alright, we've got a life preserver. I see. And this is supposed to be like a person who's shackled to a life preserver. So this has a dual meaning because we see that their feet is on there. So they feel like they are being the life preserver for others in their life, maybe. And that's kind of shackling to them and not helping them move on. Or they are hanging on to life through shackles of others. And they're finding purpose and meaning through other people who are, you know, their life preservers. Either way, dual message, love it. And this is just fancy plates. I can steal the art. You know what, we're not going to steal it, we're going to leave it. You know, this one clearly just represents that no matter where you are in the world, people like food and drinks. Okay. Very, very simple message. I like it. Comes back around to like, we're all the same, we all have great things to offer, and the culinary exploration is like chef's kiss. Right? You just, if you haven't eaten food from other cultures, like, what are you doing? This clearly represents a city. What else? I'm not quite sure. But we don't have time to fully appreciate the art. Snowflake, we're all individuals and different, despite maybe seeming similar to others. We're all unique individuals.
Look a little small.
Yo, guys, you just broke that art piece, and I cannot stand for that. No, not the art. Oh, kicked right in the nuts. There we go. Alright. One new art piece is... Man, they destroyed it. They wrecked the place. How could they? The twin symbolism. Two sides of the same coin. Different, yet similar. Yeah, they wrecked it. They wrecked it. We can no longer fully appreciate the whole art pieces. Man, this might be over. Our art appreciation might have to be over if they wrecked the whole exhibit. Alright, what's to say? Twins are an unusual and intriguing subject to capture. They provide us with the challenge of capturing uncanny symmetry, sameness, yet also nuanced differences. Yeah, they're two sides of the same coin. Similar, but different. A sister is a dearest friend, a closest enemy, and an angel at the time of needs. I mean, I feel like that's just siblings in general. Not necessarily sisters, but like siblings. You fight all the time. These statues better
Stop
not be
this
people.
meaningless crusade here. Kuroki has long since abandoned this life of violence and bloodshed.
I was just here to appreciate art, sir.
Turn around and leave now.
I'm here for the art exhibit. I'm not here to fight anyone. That's on you. Shame on you for assuming
I only wish to meet her.
I was here for
I told
violence.
you,
I came here to
Kuroki
talk about
won't
art
speak
and
with you or
appreciate
anyone
art.
else.
And you're the one who's ruining
Last
it.
Time.
Not
Step
me.
aside.
Thank you. Again, like I said, sister motif. I know, I'm not the biggest person who can do fashion. Very hard time interpreting fashion as art, but you know what? Appreciate it. It looks nice. Alright, this chamber exhibits Kuroski's earliest installation and her very first work as the museum's lead curator. 30,000 black PVC beads are suspended up to 7 meters high, overhanging the two pale figures. The mannequins display two complementary silk kimonos, hand-dyed using a mixture of tint ink and ultramarine blue pigment. Tied to their feet are two pairs of razor-sharp custom Gita shoes. You know what? I did notice the fancy footwear. And I believe those footwear is for stabbing. So, you know, function, stabbing, and completely wearable. Gotta appreciate that. What is that? Did someone like carve up a seal or something? And put it on display? Or a giant fish or a shark? I mean, I appreciate it. It looks really cool. It also just seems really mean. Okay, we're going to the workshop. Interesting. Person's face is obscured and they're in like a dancing pose. I wish I could have something for this, but I don't. There's a red color, there's dancing, and a lack of face. I'm just going to assume that this is a piece on objectification. And this is clearly another one of those, like, perspective pieces. And I assume means something to talk about how, like, you know, it's really hard to understand people, but from the right perspective, you know, we can solve our differences. Excellent piece of artwork. Yeah, from the right perspective, we can understand and see people for what they're trying to do. What do we got up here? Interesting. The contemplation of everything you've done in your life, and if it was worth doing, and if it had meaning, or is it all nothing? Very powerful painting. Japanese style painting. Not quite sure what it means, but there's an underwater serpent mermaid lady and fish. Very cool. Very cool. Wait. What's that sound? It's the centerpiece? I didn't even know there was a centerpiece. Oh man, this is another perspective piece. Okay, give me a minute. This is clearly a representation of we all have a vital role to play in society. Right? We all rely on each other. Alright. What can we learn here? Take pamphlet. Is this our workshop? Yo. Art. Right here. Now this is art. Full immersive experience.
If we took the time to stand outside in the rain, it would cleanse us both physically and spiritually.
Water has the power to finally set us free.
Water has the power to set you free. You know,
It
at the
represents
same time,
death
everyone who's ever died has
cleansing of
consumed
the
water.
darkened soul.
Coincidence? I don't know.
Water is the key to being reborn.
It is considered redemptive in nature.
Come on, we got this. We got this. Takedowns left, right, center. Let's go.
Like the darkness itself, we must first embrace it. Or the shadows of the past consume us whole.
Yeah, they do. And you gotta face up to your past. Gotta own up. Gotta have accountability. Even Jimmy from Better Call Saul got found accountability. Warning, spoilers. Oh, we don't have that much time left here. We're getting old. Our art appreciation days are coming to an end. Need health. I don't know if I can beat those fighting ladies with the nice shoes. I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. Oh, we'll take that though. Oh, express the pain a soul feels when facing down the darkness of loss is considered one of art's never-ending quests for creativity through pain. Death transcends time, space, and culture. It binds us as humans. Death is universal. Crushed by sorrow, half of me is drawn away. These hits and those shafts, the nose and the slams, they may make me forget your name, but never for too long. So clearly this person is remembering what they did and coming to terms with what they did. I don't know if they fully came to terms with it. No, give me that back. That's mine. Damn it, they beat up an old man. Alright, last one. Oh, brutal. I feel like that's a self-portrait of the lady we gotta fight. Pain. Birthing art requires an artist to give something of themselves to their creation. Their soul, their flesh, their blood is imprinted upon the canvas as a testimony of the pain an artist must endure to create. Trapped and deceived to slay my own flesh and blood far beyond the clouds, far beyond my fears, a vast... What's that say? It's really hard to read. Furrow rays in the air. It fills my head, toys with my words. She has never and will never show any mercy. I mean, I feel like this is just a little bit pretentious, you know. Which is better than poem or lost.jpg? Lost.jpg? I mean, I still think that first poem is definitely the best. For sure. I don't know. This one's definitely better. This one just seems pretentious. Oh, stabbed right in the gut. Brutal. Do appreciate the colors here. See, this Rex Museum sign represents people not appreciating art and museums. That's just the duality of man, but I guess it's a woman, so duality of womanhood. I don't know. Or that we all have crazy people inside us. Again, I wish I could see this hallway from like all the way down. Looks like it's got some cool perspective shit going on. Anger. I feel like I'm not gonna get to appreciate this because part of it is, you know, symbolized in this fight that we're angry. That's our motivation. Oh, that was brutal. Broken ankle and then kick to the face. Okay, we're going to attempt to read anger. It's not going to be easy. Anger and art go hand in hand, much like pain and loss. Artwork conjured on a canvas with wrath and rage should be as celebrated and adored as the countless works devoted to love and affection. Okay, I'm gonna try and read the bottom part now. This is gonna be difficult. Bob Ross would disagree. True, Chris. Bob Ross would very much disagree. My final act shall be pain, suffering, and vengeance. All hope has been vanquished from my soul. I weep in dire desolation, and on the skulls of the victims I plant black flags. Look, that person just needs a hug, okay? That person needs a hug and a therapist, because, you know, not everything has to be angry. There's a time and place to be angry, okay? There's a time and place to hone your anger, and I know the next one is rage, so I'm going to throw rage in there too. But I feel like that's misplaced. Vengeance, you know, it's the white whale. You're going to destroy yourself and everyone around you on your quest for vengeance. And then in the end, will it really have been worth it? Who knows? Vengeance Lady disagrees. Yeah, I guess she would disagree. Hulk has the right idea, always be angry. But since we're in a museum, we might as well discuss, like, Hulk is the manifestation of all of the rage and frustrations that Bruce Banner feels from having an abusive father. And all that pent-up rage and emotion manifests itself as the Hulk. And that's why he smashes. And it's not until Bruce Banner can reconcile his childhood trauma that he fully becomes one with the Hulk. Right? That is the duality of Bruce Banner. Alright, rage. Rage consumes the artist. Countless hours lost because of frustration and anger. Rage at oneself. Rage at the world. Rage at being abandoned by loved ones. It consumes, it eats the soul from the inside out. Rage will never leave. Striking with fury or wrath, nothing holds me back. Your steps are within me as I move forward into the warm embrace of the Scarlet Knight. Man, that was really hard to read. Yeah, this is Crazy Lady, right? She represents the craziness within inside us all. Or just like crazy ex-girlfriends. I don't know. I'll let you decide. It's art. It's up to, you know, it's up to you to interpret it. But you can see, like, here, she's clearly angry and upset, but also crazy. Alright? Also, she's got that bow from earlier, representing that her anger and hatred are all going to come back on her, or she is the manifestation of other wrongdoings from other people onto her that will now be redistributed back onto them. Alright? Alright, that's my interpretation of that painting. You can make up your own mind. And this clearly just represents being underwater.
The mind is like an iceberg. It floats with 1/7 of its bulk above water.
Our consciousness is merely the tip of the iceberg.
We must dive beneath the waters to explore the subconscious, to face the past.
Oh, get wrecked. I can't face the past because I'm dead. Alright, try again.